Stop.
Ang previous natin, ano, so 510. Yung 5 na natin, ay yung 7 plus parang dalawang billing yun natin. Yung 7 plus. Kasi may hindi nabayaran ng akong shooter for dalawa yun. No? Kasi may balance ng ano. Tumaas yung consumption natin lalong na. Sa bagay, tumaas din naman yung silver. Tingnan mo eh. Bumaba naman this, ano. Eh, ito tumaas eh. Ito bumaba. Tumaas na yung billing natin ng comment. Ako lalo, tingin mo, certified po yata na ba ako?
Hello, sound check, sound check. Sound check, mic test, 1, 2, 3. Sound check. Hello, mic test, 1, 2, 3. Sound check, sound check. Hello, mic test. Mic test. 1, 2, 3. Sound check. Hello, mic test. Mic test. 1, 2, 3. Sound check. Hello, hello, mic test. Sound check. 1, 2, 3. Alright, good morning everyone. Welcome to United Alliance Scream Organization. Ako po ang inyong shoutcaster, Jomar or JC. Tonight's match will be against UA1 and Energen. So we are on the banning phase. So unang ban mula sa UA1 is magiging Gwen. Gwen is actually a good pick against tanks. And of course, the ban will be getting against Yone. Okay, having a hard time. Zed will be banned for UA1. Energen's next ban. Kha'Zix will be banned coming from the jungle side. Kha'Zix napaka ano niya sa pagki-clear ng wave, pag yung lane presence niya, I mean nakakatakot eh. So moving on to the next ban, nag-iisip ang maigi ng UA1. Lee Sin, of course, mobility champion, all around siya, kayang-kaya niya mag-roam sa map. In just a second level, dadalaw pa kagad yung Lee Sin. And last ban for the first phase for Energen. Yumi. So Yumi nakakainis na champion to eh kasi palipat-lipat ng champion, nag-shield, heal, movement speed. Para siyang lulo na nakasanib sa'yo. But we're moving on to our first pick. Ooh, hovering around Aatrox. Kung ipipick to ng UA1. Okay, we got an Aatrox coming from UA1. Energen hovering around Wukong. Okay, they picked Wukong. and Fiora. So mukhang Energen, looks like they're going to initiation. While dun sa UA, ano sila ng sustain CC. But we'll see. Okay, Renekton gets picked by UA1. So I got an Aatrox so far, Renekton. And ipipick ba nila ang Jace? So far, UA1 has played outstandingly with a Jace in their lineup in the past game. But we'll see how Energen will be holding up against UA1. Energen hovering around Jarvan, J4. And Varus gets picked by Energen. So we're moving on to the second banning phase, Energen. Pinag-iisipang maigi kung ano yung pwede nilang i-ban pa. Karma, all-around mobility, shield, may pang-engage, disengage. While on the UA side, Galio gets banned. So far, ayaw na nilang dagdagan yung initiators ng mga ng Energen. Last ban for Energen will be Nautilus. Again, Nautilus, napaka-tanky niya, good initiator, overall, nakakabwisit. Gragas gets banned lastly for Team UA. Energen hovering around Rakan. Pipick ba nila to? Okay, Rakan gets picked. While UA hovering around Akali, Zoe. Zoe gets picked. And Camille. Mukhang gagawin nila ang wombo combo nila with Jace, Camille. I mean, overall, mukhang kailangan nila uli ng lockdown all-in. Mag-all-in uli itong UA. While on the other hand, Ezreal is hovering around. Pipick ba nila yung Ezreal? On damage sustain tong Energen, but we'll see in a bit. Annie gets picked. So overall sa UA, oops, looks like we're having technical difficulty. Is the game gonna be restarted? Oh, okay. Based on the team chat, it doesn't seem that way. But folks, we have Aatrox, Jace, Zoe, Renekton, and Camille for Team UA. While on the other hand, we have Wukong, Fiora, Varus, Rakan, and Annie. So overall, ang Team Energen is more on CC type initiating team. While on the other hand, Team UA is kind of like on a lockdown, CC. Both teams have CC, pero yung pag-i-initiate nila, we'll see in a bit sa Rift. And we're on the rift, mga kaibigan.
Minions have spawned.
So far, Rakan is engaging on the Zoe Camille. Electrocute gets popped up. Budget Nuguri is poking around with Limitless. Normal trading, Ode to Love. Gets the second skill on the air. Flash. Fiora gets the first blood
Blue team champion slain.
for Camille. And now, mukhang si Budget Nuguri, he's looking for the second kill here. Ode to Love positioning for the grand entrance. Doesn't really get it. While on the other hand, dun sa Renekton, si Yuseng and Kai, pretty decent matchup. Camille rotating around mid lane. So far, ang ginagawa ng UA is map dominance.
Red team champion slain.
Zoe gets the kill from Fiora. Renekton being pushed under tower. With the range match up. Okay. Gets the Ruthless Predator. Slice and dice. But doesn't quite cut it kay Yuseng. Trading with Kai. With the Varus pick. Level 5. Mukhang magbaback nito si Kai and get some items. So far, not so bad. 9.9. Nobody's on behind with the gold for both teams, UA and Energen. Okay, mukhang si Annie. She's looking to engage. Ode to Love. Of course, kayang-kaya ni Ode to Love na mag-poke with Grand Entrance and with Budget Nuguri's first skill sa Fiora. Talaga nakakainis na matchup yon. Pero Limitless and Camille. Okay, so far, Ode to Love has been found. Gets the bubble trouble. It's a grand entrance and flashes out. Safety. While on the other hand, Kai pops off the exhaust. Blaze is trying to look into a possible gank here. Ang daming nangyari dito. Nuguri gets the second skill. So far, both teams are not behind gold. Pantay lang. Based on the team's gold. Slice and dice gets popped off. Ruthless Predator. Sinamahan. Okay. Ult pops up by Kai. Gets the poke on Yuseng. Yuseng has to flash to safety. While on the other hand, Glaze and Camille on the top side. He's gonna contest. And it looks like na-overstay yung Varus. Nagang siya. 3-man gang, actually. On the other hand, possible 3-man gang din dito. Limitless is trying to hold the tower in here. Gets the stun from Sister Lily. Doesn't quite cut it. So that's a 3-man gank. Hindi nila kaya yung Zoe. And UA gets the first turret. 17 seconds dun sa Dragon. We have a skirmish here between Fiora and Camille. Both teams are resetting for the possible Dragon slash RH. Both objectives are now live. Ode to Love gets the position. Sister Lily gets popped off. Zoe dies with the ignite. Good engage from Ode to Love, while the second skill, Glaze will be locked down. Fiora is still trying to look into the engage. Team Energen gets a dangerously low. Budget Duguri gets a flash. Zonya will be popped off by Rakan here. Rakan and Wukong gets traded off. And it looks like the Renekton is going down. Hista is trying to look to avenge his fallen comrades, pero hindi niya kaya. Bubble Trouble gets popped off. So far, both teams are looking into promising matchups. And the tower dive, but doesn't quite cut it for the Jace. That's gonna be a 1-for-1 trade. Annie for Jace. And Team Energen is looking for the dragon in here. Ode to Love gets dangerously low. Limitless. Bubble Trouble gets popped off. Camille and Zoe, kino-contest nila yung dragon, but doesn't really quite cut it. Wukong's ult is now gonna be popped off. Locked down by Camille. And red team, Kai is gonna be dived into the tower. Pero si Annie, Yuseng is popping off. And did I mention Renekton's capability para makapag-trade off at makapag siya makapag-scale very quickly. It's so high. But Team UA is looking into towers. So far, UA is leading with a 4k gold lead. Almost 4k gold lead. So far, Jace has a Serpent's Fang. Zoe has yung Ludens Echo. And Jace now has 2 items, Serpent's Fang and Black Cleaver. Same as well with Aatrox. Yomu's with Black Cleaver as well. So almost 4k gold lead mula sa UA. But going back to the matchup, Jace is kind of like in trouble here. While Hista is placing up in here, Hista gets caught out by the 4-man ambush. Gets the shutdown. Nuguri gets the blast cone to safety. And now is going back. Yuseng is split pushing on the other hand. Mga kaibigan. So far in UA, they're looking into mainly the objectives. Yuseng is now gonna be popping off. Gets bursted down by the 4-man, actually 3-man gank there on the bottom lane. So far, Team UA has 4 tower lead. With almost a 4k gold lead still. On the other hand, Energen is trailing on a 1 kill gap. Ode to Love checks with the grand entrance. Limitless popping up the Bubble Trouble. Fiora gets ganked by a 3-man gank in here. The bottom side. So far, Team Energen kawatak-watak. Popping off the Zonias from the Camille. Doesn't quite cut it. Flash, it gets popped off. While on the other hand, Glaze is now flashing on for life, but Jace gets the cleanup team, trading his life.
Red team champion slain.
2 for 1. Okay, now that's a 2 for 2. Yuseng gets the avenge. Yuseng gets the slice and dice. Flash by Nuguri. Second skill. Okay. And now they're looking to avenge Yuseng in here. Aatrox with the Fiora. Camille doesn't quite catch Ode to Love and gets traded out. So far, both teams walang umaangat. Good trading on both sides of the teams, but it's looking like UA is coming out on the top, slightly ahead. Bubble Trouble gets popped off. Dragon is now live. Aatrox still has. Okay, so Wukong's ult has been popped off. Ode to Love with the grand entrance. Okay. So good engage with the Camille's lockdown in here. Team Energen will be annihilated, looks like, pero tinurn around nila Ode to Love and Annie. Good engage with the grand entrance and Tibbers. And they're gonna take the dragon uncontested. Annie is zoning out Zoe. So far, 2 Drakes. Tibbers being bursted out. And Zoe gets melted down. I mean, grabe yung damage na pinapakita ng Annie. So far, promising player tong si Sister Lily. But we'll be seeing. Because now we're transcending, mga kaibigan, into the mid game. We have 2 Drakes sa Team Energen. So far, UA still has their Rift Herald. Take a look at Annie's items. So far, we have Zonias, we have Ludens, Rabadon's Death Cap. So we have 3, total of 4 items with the boots. An Infinity Orb. Ionian Stasis for a good comp. Okay, so Yuseng pops off with the ulti, Ode to Love, and it looks like Limitless will be bursted down with Ode to Love with the 3-man gank right there. But it looks like mukhang ma-annihilate yung Team Energen. That's gonna be a bad call for them. Team UA will be answering down with Hista, Camille, and Renekton coming from behind. And now they're looking into ending the game with Annie only alive. Yun lang yung kailangan nila eh. Yun lang yung kailangan nila. A little bit of hope for Team UA. Now it's looking like they're trying to end the game. Team Energen's mid lane is now open for UA to take the end. For UA to take game 1. Folks, I gotta tell you, this is insane. And so far, both teams parehas na nagtatry silang umangat sa isa't isa. With Otolove and Annie, their combo is... It's just is. But it looks like Budget Naguri will be in trouble. Backs away on the tower. Zoe gets bursted out by Tibbers and Otolove with the assist.
Blue team champion slain.
And Nuguri, Budget Nuguri, will be getting a solo kill on the Jace. Ignite is popped off. Energen is now looking for the Baron here, while Annie gets bursted out. Blaze is still trying to go into the knockup. Zonya will be popped off. Hista is demolishing Team Energen. Baron is still... Okay, so Kai's flash has been popped up. Mukhang bad call yun na ginawa ng Team Energen, with Hista annihilating almost 4 members of the Team Energen. So far, Team UA's lineup in here, mga kaibigan, is... I mean, it's really into a fast-paced scaling. We have a scaling Aatrox, we have a scaling Jace, almost 3. Actually, Aatrox here has full items now. We have the Yomus, Black Cleaver, a Thornmail. We have Amarants as well, Maw of Malmortius. I mean, stacked up na si Aatrox for the late game. Okay, so Aatrox World Ender gets popped off, but doesn't quite cut it.
Shut down.
Zonya will be popped off by Camille. Mukhang kapag kasama-sama itong Team Energen, unstoppable.
Red team has slain the dragon.
Red team now has 3 Drakes.
Red team lost a turret.
Grand entrance will be denied, as well as the ult from Varus. Limitless is trying to hold himself down here. And now Team Energen is looking for the Baron. Limitless, kaya niyan, there's only so much that he can do. Poking around, Bubble Trouble gets popped up, but it's not gonna be enough with Fiora's second skill. Okay. Zoe and Jace gets popped off, while Camille is desperately trying to put their team into the game by getting a split push on the bottom side. I mean, mainit yung panahon pero mas mainit yung laban dito ng Team UA versus Team Energen. So far, almost 3k gold lead. Almost 3k gold lead ang nilalamang ng Team UA versus Team Energen with 3 Drakes, 7 towers versus 7 towers. I mean, they're trying to look into the dragon in here.
Lost a turret.
Mukhang strategy ng... Okay. So, Grand Entrance has been popped off. Wukong's ult has been popped up as well.
Blue team
Camille backing off with just an inch of her life.
Blue team lost a turret.
Na I mean, Team Energen is now trying to end the game. Fiora is backing up, but now with a Baron and 2 lanes na nabutas nila, Team Energen will be taking the first game of the match. Wow. I mean, just wow. With almost Budget Nuguri and Kai being the ones with the highest amount of damage, Limitless and Hista getting the highest amount of damage in here. I mean, wow. Looks like the players are going to be ready for game 2. This is going to be a best of 3, folks. So so far with the bantering, the back and forth ng Team UA and Team Energen, it looks like Team Energen gets the win for the first game. I mean, with little skirmishes to clash, I mean, Energen gets out on top. And rightfully so kasi may tatlong Drake sila, may Baron sila. As far as I know, kung naka-holdout pa yung Team UA on that first game, i-demolish lang sila ng Team Energen with the Drake coming up, the Elder Dragon. But we'll see kung ano yung sasagot ng Team UA on this second game once they are ready. Ayan, mukhang ready na mga players for Game 2. Again, ladies and gents, welcome to the United Alliance Scream organization. We are here for Game 2, UA versus Energen. This time around, nasa blue side ang Team Energen. Yumi gets banned once more from Team Energen. While Gwen is still gonna be banned from Team UA. Ooh, Kha'Zix is gonna be banned still by Team Energen. So far, wala akong nakikitang pagbabago sa bans nila. Aatrox now gets banned by Team UA. If they can't have Aatrox, no one can have Aatrox. Kaya yun ang sinasabi ng Team UA. And Yone gets banned. So still same bans with Team Energen. Wukong gets banned. So Budget Nuguri. May look like we may have a Karma pick. And Karma gets picked. Flex pick by Team Energen on the second matchup. We have Kaisa now for Team UA. And still Camille for Team UA. Oh, we're gonna have a Vi, Karma. Vi, so far folks, napakaganda ng engage ability niya. With her first skill and the ult, as well as armor penetration, with a combo na shield. So that's gonna be a good pick for Team Energen. Kali gets picked out as well as a Pike on the UA side. Now we're moving on, folks, to the second part of the banning phase. Okay, so Team UA gets the ban by Nautilus. Okay, so Olaf gets banned by Team Energen. And we're getting to the last pick, ban rather, by Team UA. Galio still gets banned. And now TF is gonna get banned. So we're moving on now to the second phase of the picking. So they're hovering around Garen. Looks like Garen is gonna get picked. And based dun sa team chat na ng Team Energen, mukhang Saya is gonna get picked out or Jinx. Okay, now Saya gets picked out. And what's gonna be the last pick for Team Energen? Corky gets picked out. Corky with the annoyance of the poke, range, AP, with the matching third skill. Corky has it all. But we'll see what Team UA will be picking for their last one. Okay. Looks like we've got a Lilia on our hands for Team UA. So far for Team UA, we've got Lilia, Camille, Pike, Kaisa, and Garen. On the other hand, we have Akali, Vi, Karma, Saya, Corky. Looks like Team Energen is gonna get the bursting out. Both teams actually have a burst locked out for their composition. It's gonna be a matter of who will win the clash up. Sino yung makakapagpa-execute ng kanilang combo. We're going to be seeing that in a little bit later on. And now we're back, folks. Again, welcome to United Alliance Scream Organization. We're gonna be starting off with Game 2 on our hands. Okay, so you're saying it looks like we're gonna be having an early first blood in here, while Kai, on the other hand, is holding out on his own. Corky against Garen. Garen gets the exhaust, gets the silence. Garen will be popping off the flash in here. We have a flashless Garen. First blood getting from the bottom lane. It looks like Kai gets picked off by the hook and the burst capability of Limitless. But now O2 Love forces the flash. Glaze is looking for the re-engage. The hook. Limitless gets traded off. 1-for-1. Now we have Garen Corky matchup again in the mid lane. It looks like Camille. Yuseng forces to flash off, but Yuseng flashes as well and pops off the barrier to get the kill with Budget Nuguri. With a combo of hook shot, tactical sweep at saka precision protocol, talagang walang ginawa sinuguri. But we'll see in a bit kung ano yung sasagot. So far, UA is leading with a 1.5 gold lead, 1.5k, 1500 gold lead in here. This is Sister Lily gets the poke on Garen. The Valkyrie and Gatling gun will be popping off. So Ghost Water Drive. Bone Skewer gets popped off. Bone Skewer gets popped off. Phantom Undertow. So mukhang mainit ang labanan dito. And rightfully so, mukhang ng BBM si Pike dito. But let's move on to the mid lane. Okay, so Limitless. Lace popping off with the cease and desist or with the Vault Breaker. Saya. Okay, so popping off the trades. Mukhang magiging 3-4-3. Not quite. Mukhang wala pang masyadong damage si Garen. Vault Breaker is gonna be used. UA is now trailing with a 3k gold lead. Kai poking out with the double daggers and the blade collar, as well as with the deadly plumage. Kaisa versus a Saya, both with high damage capability and both with a good amount of sustain. But we'll be seeing them in action sa mid to late game. 12 seconds on both the objectives, the RH and the Dragon. So, working now with the package. Team Energen is trying to be securing the Dragon on this side. Glaze and Kai. Vault Breaker. Okay, so Hista is looking for the Drowse, but doesn't quite cut it. The cease and desist will be used. Kai gets the deadly plumage in here. The ulti by the Pike is getting be popping off, but doesn't quite cut it. We have a 3-4-5 trade. Actually, 2-4-5 trade by UA and Energen. Still, they get the Dragon in here. Now, Ode to Love. Energen has their eyes on the RH in here. So far, Glaze with the Blast Shield, Vault Breaker, as well as the Relentless Force. Napakabilis ng clearing capability ng Vi. And rightfully so. So, Ode to Love, popping off with the Focus Resolve. Bone Skewer doesn't quite hit the target here. So we have an RH. So Bone Skewer. Cease and desist by Core. Gets its mark while the Vault Breaker in here. Kaisa nag-free hit dito. Vi doesn't quite get the tank in here. And the Rift Herald gets popped off. So they're looking to get their hands on the Saya, but doesn't quite cut it. Ode to Love with the shield. Karma gets the assist. 2 kills. Kai gets away safely and gets the first tower for Energen. But so far, UA is trailing with the 2... Actually, 2.4. Okay, so Limitless is now being picked up off. Now Lily is in danger. Bone Skewer gets Pike. Gets the Phantom Undertow and Bone Skewer underway. Still with the ulti alive. Let's check out their items. So far, we have a Vi with the Triforce at yung Veil.
Red team lost a turret.
While on the other hand, we have a Karma na naka-Ardent Sensor na. Hista is now moving on with the second item. Bone Skewer hits his mark. Ode to Love popping off with the Zonia, but doesn't quite cut it with Glaze. Cease and desist. Ode to Love burning off from the but gets away with only a smattering of his life. Glaze, their engage capability, but Karma gets popped off. Mukhang napakalalim ni Karma dito. And now Yuseng with the Hextech ultimatum. Kai is in danger now. So far, napaka-init ng laban na pinapakita both teams. But this time, Energen has the 3-tower lead. And an Infernal Drake.
Blue team lost a turret.
Now, Team UA is trying to make ends meet. Limitless sets his hands on the tower. Kai is gonna get bursted out. Flashes away for his life in here. Ode to Love's Bone Skewer gets it. Karma is in danger. Force Resolve and Transcendent Embrace gets popped off. And it looks like Team UA is now looking on their hands for the second Drake, which is the Mountain. Glaze is in danger. Flashes away for his life. And it looks like they're not gonna be getting the Mountain Drake on this time. Team UA, on the other hand, is now looking their eyes, setting their eyes on the Rift Herald Bone Skewer. Silence gets on with Budget Noguri. Sister Lily is in danger, but gets away. Now Team UA is trying to look their hands. Cease and desist gets popped off by Glaze. Kaisa gets bursted out. The Bone Break. Facebreaker gets, but Sonya gets popped off in here. Saya is now looking. Zonya gets popped off by Saya, but doesn't quite cut it. And here comes Lily.
Dominating.
Mukhang chinase nung Camille.
Red team champion slain.
Si Glaze. With the face breaker, saka yung relentless charge ni Vi in here. Now Corky here is in danger. Missile barrage and Gatling gun will be popped off. Glaze gets caught out in the skirmish by Hista and Limitless. Team UA is now trailing with a whopping almost 6k gold lead. They're trying to turn around the game in here so far. With Kai and Ode to Love. Ode to Love gets caught out, flashes out away for his safety. Limitless pops off. Kai is now in danger as well. Both teams is trying to secure a kill. Garen with the Martian might but doesn't quite cut it. And now you're saying looks like split pushing. Glaze coming out on top but doesn't quite cut it. So far mga kaibigan, we're trying to make sense of what's going on. I mean, we got the cease and desist by we've got the Vault Breaker, Ode to Love's Focus Resolve and Transcendent Embrace. Pero on the other hand, we have still a Bone Skewer and Phantom Undertow by the Pike as well as the Death from Below, giving his team a huge advantage with the gold lead. 61. It's actually okay. Bone Skewer gets popped off. Death from Below gets denied by the Zonya but doesn't quite cut it. Zonya still pops off by the Pike in here. You're saying is trying to get it but the cease and desist gets with Glaze. All members of the UA Energen is now dangerously low. UA gets out with 3 man alive and now they're looking into ending the game. Mukhang bumawi ang Team UA. I mean, with Pike's Bone Skewer, Phantom Undertow, what else could you want more? As well as Hista's Lilting Lullaby. They're looking into ending the game. Ode to Love is helpless watching as Team UA gets the second game, 1-1. And that's the game mga kaibigan. We still have a tiebreaker for Team UA and Team Energen. A little bit of slip up, it's there, that's all they need for Team UA. So we're gonna move on with the third game and looks like all the players are ready. So again, ladies and gents, welcome once more to United Alliance Scream Organization. This is still JC, your shoutcaster for today. So we have once more Team UA and Team Energen fighting for the 2-1 lead. So this time on the third game, who's gonna be the top one? We're gonna be finding out in a second. So we got our first bans from Team UA and Team Energen. We've got a Yumi and an Olaf. Karma gets banned. Again with the classics, no change for Team Energen's bans so far. And now we're gonna have a Fiora ban from Team UA. Yone still is gonna be banned. And it looks like we're gonna have a once more Aatrox coming from Hista. Who's gonna be Energen's Galio is gonna be hovering around. We have a Galio and Wukong coming from Energen's side. So yun na nga ang kinatatakutan ng UA. But Limitless is gonna pick out Corki, hovering around Corki. And Gragas is gonna be picked out as well from Team UA. So far Team Energen is looking for the engage CC. So CC comp, we're gonna be having an engage from Wukong with the ult, Galio's ult, as well as Varus ult. But moving on from the second banning phase, we have a Gwen from Team Energen. Now the second to the last ban, Camille will be banned by Team UA. Ayaw nila mapasa kamay ng Team Energen ang Camille. Team Energen's last ban. TF, Twisted Fate is gonna be banned, and Annie will be banned for this time. Mukhang ayaw na nila ng Rakan kasi possibly magrarakan tong Team Energen and mukhang magkakaroon din sila ng Annie pick. Now, Team Energen gets picked out with the Renekton. We have a Jace Akali pick answering from the Team UA. Mukhang lockdown all in itong Team Energen. They're trying to say with the Team UA it's now or never. Okay, hovering around many mid lane champions. So far, ang engage potential ng Team Energen is huge. Still with Team UA, hindi ko minamaliit pero we're gonna be seeing. I mean, Team UA's strategy is in your face. Like hindi mo malalaman kung ano yung strategy nila unless nandun na at sa mukha mo at sumasabog na. So this is gonna be a fight to the death. 1-1. Team UA and Team Energen is gonna be fighting. Again, we have a Renekton, Wukong, Diana, Varus, and Galio pick. On Team Energen, while we have Aatrox, Corki, Gragas, Jace, and Akali from Team UA. And we're gonna be finding out in a bit. Again, ladies and gents, welcome to United Alliance Scream Organization, coming to you live. This is your shoutcaster, JC. And we're gonna be finding out in a second who's gonna come out on top. Is it gonna be Team UA or Team Energen?
Welcome to Wild Rift. Minions have spawned.
Okay, so we are now live from the rift. So we have Ode to Love and Renekton on the top side, while Limitless and Gragas on the bot side. They're trying to push the wave in here actually, with a lowly Varus on the bot side. And we have a one-on-one with Diana and Jace. Okay, Kai gets caught out. Flashes and exhaust is gonna be wasted or popped off. With a body slam and barrel roll as well as the ignite popping off. Limitless and Gragas is looking for the kill, but instead is gonna be settling down on the turret plate. The bot side. First turret plating. Hista is now gonna be answering. Looks like we have a dive. Kai gets bursted out by the body slam and flash. First blood is gonna be coming off from Hista. Glaze is gonna be moving out. The 3-man tower dive in here. Same thing goes for Team Energen. They're trying to get a tower dive in here, but doesn't quite cut it. And instead of giving the kill, actually Corki gets the execution. Beautiful execution from the second tower. Mukhang napalalim si Corki, and instead of giving the kill, Lily gets the dive, gets the kill on the mid lane. Diana's Lunar Rush and Pale Cascade is so OP. Like, meron siyang pang engage and pang sustain damage, shield. What else can you want for a champion? But moving on from the bottom side, we have Kai. Limitless Gatling Gun is gonna be on there. Valkyrie is gonna be popped off, but Limitless gets slain by the engage by Glaze. Cyclone is gonna be popped off with the Warrior Trickster. Beautiful execution. But on the top side, Noguri, Otulov gets the, but doesn't quite cut it. Otulov is dangerously low. Gets killed out by Yuseng and Okix. I mean, their map awareness is so well executed. Now we have Gragas with the body slam. Doesn't quite look into it. Body slam gets popped off with the barrel roll, but Diana is holding out perfectly fine with on his own. But doesn't quite cut it. Looks like it. Diana is gonna go down, but not without trading Jace 1-for-1. Hista is answering on here. Glaze is gonna pop off with the flash, but Hista is gonna follow up on here. And now we're moving on to the top side. Nuguri and Yuseng. Beautiful, beautiful execution by Ode to Love with the hero's entrance. And now Nuguri gets a slice and dice for Yuseng in here. Trading out in here perfectly fine, but Ode to Love doesn't quite get the gang. And now we have a body slam flash. Nuguri is gonna get away. Nuguri pops off the Dominus, but Glaze with the Cyclone is not gonna quite cut it with Hista on the backup side, on the backside on here. 5 seconds actually until Budget Nuguri Sustains a huge amount of damage in here. Now it looks like the Team UA is gonna be taking down the Rift Herald uncontested. Diana is still trying to push into the tower. Doesn't have a clue or doesn't really care. And it looks like Team UA is gonna be taking out the first tower. Kai flashes out to safety. The barrel gets down by Gragas in here. And it looks like Hero's entrance gets popped off by the Galio. Cyclone gets popped off. Mukhang Team UA ang namamayagpag dito this time. Dragon and Rift Herald get secured by Team UA. 4k, almost 5k gold lead for Team UA. They will be having a first tower as well. Limitless is looking to get the first tower in here. Yuseng is gonna get away with an inch of his life, but doesn't quite cut it. Seems. While on the other hand, Limitless is dangerously low by O2 Love. Kai doesn't quite get the piercing arrow in here. O2 Love will be getting the Justice Punch for safety. Kai gets the Chain of Corruption. The Gragas gets bursted out. Hista is healing the damage being given out, but doesn't quite cut it. Kai gets with the piercing arrow. And now Team Energen is looking for the first turret. And that's going to be a 1-for-1 dive decision by Akali. So again, not really behind ang Team Energen with only a 2k, almost 3k gold lead. So far mga kaibigan, hindi one-sided yung laban dito. With the items being purchased, I mean, we have Yomus and a Black Cleaver on Aatrox. Wukong already has a Divine Thunder on here, but the first turret goes for Team Energen. Fading the turret on their bot lane. Ode to Love. Diana flashes to safety but doesn't really quite cut it. And now the piercing arrow will find its mark, but the damage won't be enough. Seems like it. Ode to Love with the Justice Punch. Chain of Corruption. Limitless will be getting away, but Akali diving in on the Galio will trading her life for here. Rift Herald now live on the Rift. So Glaze is trying to look into the Rift Herald. Doesn't quite cut it. Diana is engaging in here, but doesn't have the damage to literally get it. Glaze is dangerously low. Team UA will be annihilating Energen. The badge will be popped off. So Team UA is looking for the second
Team lost a turret.
turret but doesn't really get it. UA now is trailing with a huge 9k lead. With a Mountain Drake and 3 turrets against a 1 turret and no Drake for Team Energen. I mean, grabe, kailangan nilang ma-secure tong Drake na to and otherwise magiging unstoppable na talaga yung Aatrox. Dadagdag yung Drake. I mean, going from 8-4, mag-increase yung damage reduction. And I mean, we're talking about Aatrox with a huge scale on here. So it looks like Team Energen is gonna be looking at their hands on the Drake itself in here. Flash from O2 Love doesn't really get the taunt in here. Corruption gets it. Hero's entrance is gonna be popped off. Glaze is still dangerously low but really doesn't quite get it. The execution by Team Energen isn't enough. Team UA will be annihilating each and every one of the Energen with only Diana alive. I mean, it's actually a good composition with Team Energen, but so far the execution is poor. Body Slam gets popped off. Zonya gets popped off. The BM coming from the Gragas. The RH is still alive. So while yung Gragas nagsisisi lang siya dun sa Diana, Yuseng is out there to kill. Team UA now trailing with a huge 11k gold lead. With a Mountain Drake and an Ocean Drake. 4 towers on their hands. And now it looks like they're trying to get Budget Nuguri gets the 3-man Hero's entrance will be popped off to save Nuguri but doesn't really quite cut it. Aatrox is Diana is dangerously low. While on the other hand in here, Glaze dangerously low. O2 Love flashes out. And it looks like nakakabawi ang Team Energen but on the other hand, Yuseng is grabbing another turret on the bot side from Team Energen. Team UA is saying, okay, so we got the flash. Yuseng bursted out Diana in here. A good amount of execution in here with the shuriken flip, perfect execution, 5-point strike. What else can you grab? I mean, he's got the Rift Maker, the Rabadon's Death Cap. I mean, Akali. I mean, we're talking about Akali. On a good player, and Yuseng is actually a good player. On the right hands, Akali is really a rewarding champion. So it looks like Team Energen mukhang binabantayan nila yung Baron here. O2 Love gets the Shield of the Rand. Justice Punch. The Hero's entrance wasn't get the part in here. Glaze is gonna be bursted out. Diana's ult is gonna be popped off. But one by one, Team Energen will be annihilated by UA. Hista with the damage with the... I mean, what more can you ask for? This is Aatrox we're talking about. World Ender We have a Chilling Smite. We have the Death's Dance. As well as yung passive ni Aatrox. Team UA now is looking to end the game. And they will be ending the game on a 2-1 score. Team UA gets the top. It was a good fight, ladies and gents, but so far the execution it's not as good as Team UA. And that's the reason why sila yung nanalo dito sa game na to. I mean, with a damage for Limitless na 27k, their main damage is Hista and Limitless. Yuseng's still a good damage in here, while on the other hand, we have Diana and Kai eating on the damage, but that's not enough with Team UA's gold. The damage, their execution, it's absolutely perfect. So yun lang mga folks. I mean, it's a good fight. Team Energen did quite put up a fight, but Team UA will be annihilating them at the end of the match. So once again, thank you so much for watching. This has been your host. It's been a pleasure. It's JC, and once again, this is United Alliance Scream Organization. Y'all have a good night.